In a world full of distractions and noise, it's easy to lose touch with yourself. Today, fear is everywhere and it can be overwhelming. But here's the thing, no matter what happens, you have the power to guide yourself through any situation with confidence. This video covers how to separate fear from anxiety, practical tools for staying grounded, recognizing fear and doubt, and anxiety as well as signals, not showstoppers, and then daily practices for staying connected to yourself. We're often bombarded by external expectations, what parents, society, workplaces, or your friends think you should do. But the real strength lies in listening to your inner voice. That's where your true guidance comes from. Fear is not the enemy. Gavin de Becker says in The Gift of Fear, true fear is a survival signal. Unwarranted fear has assumed a power over us that holds over no other creature on earth. Fear should be brief. It's a signal, not a state of mind. But when we stare at it too long in a rabbits in the headlight fashion, it prevents us from living fully and contributing our talents. Interestingly, anxiety is the signal that blocks the core emotion of fear. It just gives us a little protection from what we're really afraid of. It helps us to avoid looking at what we're really fearful of. The problem with that is the emotions we avoid tend to get bigger. By looking at what you truly fear, you're going to find insight, direction, and vision. The key is to shift from fear to curiosity and to creativity. Moving through fear is like an uphill hike. It's challenging, yes, but ultimately leading to growth. I've learned this from my hiking experiences around the world. It's a whole lot easier to go up than it is to come down. In the same way, it's a lot easier to grow than it is to let fear pull you down. Life doesn't always go as planned. In fact, that's the whole point. Right now, it's not meant to be. This is a very creative, very generative time for people to bring themselves fully and work with others to solve some big issues we have. So if you find yourself triggered by something or someone, take a step back, breathe deeply, right below your tummy button, into your center of gravity. This simple technique is grounding and it clears your mind. It allows you to approach challenges with a calm and focused mindset. It comes from the practice, the martial art of the Aikido. So instead of reacting or contracting, use this moment or use any moments like that, those pauses, to learn. And then ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? It's a shift in perspective that leads to better decisions and a stronger relationship with yourself and others. That pause to reflect helps you see the deeper layers of emotion that are driving the choices you make. Reconnecting to yourself follows a clear path that might vary from one person to the next, at least that's my observation, but the same stops are on the road. You might take a rest, you might have a snack, you might go count some waves, and then step forward again. Biologically, growth and protection are your body's two main modes. When you're in growth mode, you're open, ready to learn, even from the worst experiences like financial or personal or existential meltdowns. These moments hold valuable lessons if you dig deeper and move past the surface. But when you're in protection mode, thinking shrinks, it contracts, your physical, and only one choice seems available. Your curiosity is blocked. You forget to ask those questions that open up possibilities. My question is, what if we collectively move through fear to embrace a higher level of leadership in our personal and professional lives? Because by recognizing fear and doubt as signals and anxiety as well, rather than obstacles, you can stay on a path of growth even when you're tempted not to. I faced more than my share of setbacks and uncertainty. I mentioned this on another video. During the 2008 crash, I lost everything and became homeless for 9 years. It was a PhD in uncertainty. That wasn't the only event, but it was the real boot camp for working with uncertainty and a crash course in resilience as well. Staying true to myself wasn't easy, but it was necessary because even though I didn't meet society's expectations for my generation, I chose not to compromise my values for survival. It's a choice. It's one you have to make, preferably with a great deal of consciousness, because there are implications, and it helps to be aware of what they are before you step into that. Many companies fail to use uncertainty for growth. fearing the loss of control over others. So rigid thinking, emotional and mental health issues, and ecological degradation is the result. But there's another way. It's a leadership style that values growth, creativity, and collaboration. It doesn't matter how old you are. It is the basis for collective action on big issues. We're seeing a shift from the idea of the hero leader who has all the answers to a more distributed and decentralized form of leadership. In today's complex and unpredictable world, diverse perspectives and creative approaches are essential. Trauma and setbacks aren't just obstacles, aren't victim stuff. It's opportunities to unlock creativity and growth. But you have to be willing to face those things head on, because that's how you become more resilient. It's how you contribute meaningfully to the environment that you're in. Your journey will have its ups and downs, but each step is a chance to reconnect with yourself and the world around you. As you navigate this ever-changing world, please remember that your inner guidance is your most powerful compass. There's 3 practices I'll leave you with. Embrace your unique perspective. Don't doubt it for a moment. Use it to make a positive impact. There are others waiting to work with you. Routinely add reflection to your daily practice, or after your bad event or good event took place, whatever it was, reflect on it and see what you can learn from it. Observe. Finally, observe how you're processing the world around you, the assumptions, the conclusions, and also notice how it affects the choices you make. Because sometimes we make a lot of stuff up in our heads and it's not that useful. When you observe it, you can see it. And when you see it, you can change it or keep it or make those decisions clear. The powerful energy of fear can fuel creation of a world where our collective creativity leads the way through very difficult challenges and tasks, very complex challenges and tasks. It'll take a commitment to growth and the courage to move into the uncomfortable zone of learning and uncertainty. We have a lot to learn from each other. If you like this video, if it helped you, please share, like, comment. Looking forward to hearing from you and to seeing and hoping that this helped you a lot.